good evening. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Vintage Chill and Chat on this quiet but chilly Sunday evening up here in the Northeast. And we got a triple header. This is like the triple header leading into Alex Bowman 53. He's got a great panel tonight. And then finalizing that will be Cesar from Four Collectors, another top-notch panel as well. Just hope everybody is doing well out there, staying safe. Andrew, what's up, buddy? Good evening. Carlisle, I'm sorry to hear you have a cold. I just came out of one, so I hope that your cold goes away fairly quickly with very little, continuance. Keith, what's up, buddy? I'm glad. I'm sorry, I'm not glad, but sorry we didn't get a chance to link up yesterday. Hope you enjoyed the show. I don't know if you went. I guess you went yesterday, and it's tough to try to, connect with everybody at the show since it's so massive. Peacemaker, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Jake, hello. Mookie, sometimes I do them on Sundays. When I don't have a Four Collectors video, I'll do a live stream at 7:00. Just it's kind of a nice time to do it before everything kicks off at 8. Card Hawk, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Let's see sports cards. Good evening, Rick. Good evening, sir. Diamond Gems. Good evening. Good evening. Happy Seaver Sunday, family. Congrats on the Redman Maze. Not everybody knows that yet, Dom. I've only shared that with select people, but I guess everybody knows now. I'm doing my start of the week video tomorrow. You'll see it then. Hope the drones don't like baseball cards. Well, that's up to whoever's controlling the drones, I suppose. But good evening, everybody. Today's been a quiet Sunday, kind of reflecting on a number of different things. So there's no really easy way to talk about this, but I think there's, I'm going to talk about this I'm going to bring this topic up, is talking about frustrations of running a YouTube channel, producing content, kind of finding your fitting in the community, in the hobby as well. It can be stifling at times. I've felt this before. I know other channels have felt it too. And it's really difficult to try to channel that sort of those feelings you have into something positive when you just don't feel like you're, in the mix of things. And listen, I felt that way. I've gone kind of deep into that mentality, and it's never good. And you have to kind of think and reflect on what's the end goal here. What's what is really the purpose of doing it? And really, at the end of the day, it's to enjoy showing your collection to others, and also kind of reciprocating that with other channels and kind of admiring and appreciating what others are showing you too. And but it's hard to kind of focus on that when things don't seem to be, when you feel like you're not getting enough from others, when you're giving so much of your time for other channels. And I get that. It's frustrating. It's when you put in a lot of time and effort and into what you're producing, and it just doesn't reflect. You don't get the response. And I get, it's frustrating, man. I totally get it. The best thing I can say is, when you're a content creator and you're in that mode, and when you're thinking that it's not working, or just something's not clicking for you, you have to kind of just think back and realize there's more your your collection and what you're doing and what you're showcasing. It needs to bring joy to yourself first before it brings joy to anybody else. And I think a lot of us feel that way. Um, oh man, Kevin, you're crazy, man. Conte goes, no, man, that's not the point. It's not where we're going with that. I did not expecting that. Um, so uh, I mentioned this on a video to kind of go back to this. I mentioned this on a video that's starting a sports card channel, and it's tricky, man. You know, you it's kind of finding your niche. For me, it's always been making card show videos. That seems to kind of draw a lot of attention. For others, it's breaking down hobby news or analyzing how things are kind of going into the hobby, kind of voicing certain opinions on things. And, it works. It's just however you kind of present your content, however you present yourself is, you know, uh, kind of just what will be what will make your channel what it is. And so, I think it's a constant experiment. Sometimes you're going to have to really work hard on making content and then realize that it's not going to get enough views. And so by doing that, you have to then really think, okay, well, this is not really working, so I need to try something else. But it's tricky because you want to try to be as your authentic self and not try to, have to become a character of yourself, if that makes any sense. So it's tricky, man. It's tough, but what I can say for anyone that's frustrated, or if anyone's kind of feeling like their channel's not really taking off the ground, you just continue making content and find find the topics or the type of videos that work best, that kind of garner that the views and the attention, and kind of keep kind of continuing with that. I'll be honest, I'm not the greatest when it comes to making content about analyzing, you know, pricing on cards and hobby news. It's not really something that I fully kind of wrap myself around. But oh man, you guys are really carrying on with this, aren't you? No, there's not going to be any OnlyFans. You can let's just curb that right now. Kevin is trolling, man. But Rick says, I do enjoy making videos about my collection. I hope others get some enjoyment from watching them. Yeah, I think it's also your demeanor, Rick. Your very calming presence. So I think that speaks volume about your channel. Litzy says, everyone finds their own way. As long as you enjoy it, that's what matters most. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Jake was saying, I do a series going through the entire 59 set. I enjoy doing the research for it, but the videos takes a long time to edit and we don't get a lot of views, but we're committed to seeing it through. Yeah. It's tough. I think, those videos showcasing sets, breaking it down, it can be challenging. I've done that. I think I've done something similar in the past, and I realized, kind of saw I wasn't really capturing a lot of attention. But I can, awesome on you for committing through it. Orlando says, patience and consistency is the key. Don't worry about subs. Some of the best videos don't have the most views or hardly any, but if you are proud of what you make, it won't matter much how others feel. Just my 2 cents. This is a great topic. It's certainly not easy, but if I can make videos, so can you. And I enjoy seeing other videos, their collections and thoughts. Your channel is cool. I learned about vintage. Thank you, buddy. Hey, hobby friends up, Warren. So, I'm not trying to, this topic is not based on thoughts I'm having right now. I've had these thoughts in the past, but as far as like thinking, where is this going? This kind of I'm just kind of opening up this discussion because I think there are people that have thought about this and feel like that what they're putting in is not they're not getting the results they want. Um, and so, I imagine there's a lot of channels that have kind of felt this way, and um, wonder, just kind of think, like, reflect on that. But yeah, I mean, I think what you guys are saying, it's not, if it's not so much about subscribers um, or view count and such, but again, I think it's just a matter of going back to, are you enjoying doing what you're doing? And it's, as Orlando says, it just takes time. Um, so it's Jesus, Carlisle. Even with the cold, man. Even with the cold. Diamond Gems card show footage, vintage pickups, my wheelhouse when I'm watching other vids. Yeah, so that's another thing, is that preference. Personal preference. There's going to be some people who don't enjoy card show videos, don't enjoy pickups, and prefer to dive into hobby news and analytics, and to each their own. That's really what it comes down to. Sir Orlando says, my channel is like my collecting journey, visiting card shows and shops. Yeah, Orlando, I think we're very similar in that regards. I think we enjoy doing a lot of the card show videos. I know your videos kind of go a little bit deeper with showcasing certain sets. Kind of, you're what I would call kind of like an educator channel. Um, Beyond the card shows and the shops, you educate through providing insight on sets that maybe not a lot of people know about. Dom is a Jersey Mike's guy. So, oh man, now we're getting into it. Jimmy John's versus Jersey Mike's. Oh man, we got to see in the chat who's a Jersey Mike's and who's a Jimmy John's guy. Hey Brian, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you being here. Oh, I see. It is nearing end of the year. I think a lot of people do self-reflections. Yes, enjoyment is important too. Yes. You're one of the good ones, but thank you. I do my best. It's weird because I would say 2023. I'd say 2023 into 2024. I felt like I was definitely a lot more engaged with things that were happening in the community, and then 2024 a little bit, and then kind of going later into the year, it felt like things kind of disengaged, and not for any fault, for any reason, or fault of anybody or my own. I think just things kind of evolved, and certain paths were taken, and at first I was thinking, like, what, man, like, what's going on? I used to be more engaged and more connected, but now it seems like things are kind of diverging. But after some discussions, after some talks that I had with some people in the community, I realized that it wasn't the case. And so, kind of reflecting on that, I kind of started seeing other people kind of feeling the same way at times, and I was like, and so I just, again, this is just something I wanted to bring up. And clearly, Carlisle and you guys are having a good time talking about switching over to OnlyFans. Imagine having. I really, it makes me wonder if there are some OnlyFans out there that show baseball cards, and be interesting to see. It looks like Carlisle makes me wonder if you are an OnlyFans SME. So, anyway. And also Kevin. Kevin's the one who brought it up. So Kevin, that's on you, man. Curious now. Another OnlyFans SME. So let's see what Warren is saying here. One thing for sure, you will never please everyone. That is why I am no longer a chef. My mindset of pleasing people, I couldn't do enough, and it made me leave the business. Yeah, I feel that, man. So you have to get that. There's an episode of Seinfeld where George is like, Jerry's girlfriend doesn't like George. And so Jerry's like, what, everyone has to love you? And George is like, yes, everybody has to love me. So, listen, we all feel that way sometimes. Ebbs and flows of life in the hobby. Yes, sir. Andrew's only a commenter, but Andrew, man, you are a notable commenter. Some will say this time of year is considered the off season. That's a good point too. I think it's definitely the off season right now, since baseball cards are always at the forefront of things. Nobody wants to see. Oh man, yeah. I mean, I hope you're talking about baseball cards. But if it is baseball cards, believe me, I'm sure other people would love to see what you have, man. Sam, you're talking about something that I think a lot of other YouTubers feel not easy to put into words, but there's definitely an ebb and flow to content creation. Yeah, I think a lot of it also is that a lot more content creators have started channels. A lot of people have started channels, so you have a lot of videos being published, and so with that, it's going to be it's your video like with all the videos that are out there, there's only so much time for people to watch, so it becomes a bigger challenge. Best thing to do is just be yourself and authentic. Yeah, absolutely. Just try to be genuine. Be genuine, be real. Uh, it's tough, man. It's tough, to say the least. I mean, I've been doing the content creation for only, what is it, 2021 is when I started, March 2021. So going on 4 years in March. So man, like you learn as you go. I mean, I look back on some of the early videos that I have. I wasn't nearly as confident in delivering the content. I think I've become a lot more confident over time. I think that's part of the process, is that you learn as you go with this whole thing. And yeah, you got to be genuine and be yourself and be authentic. I mean, that's what people want. They don't want you to be a shell of yourself. They want you to be just, you know, present yourself, present what you have, share your thoughts with absolute honesty. Don't, and again, as Warren said, not everybody's going to like what you say. So you got to just take the good with the bad, I suppose. What's truly important is that what you're doing makes you happy. That's truly what matters. You're a good dude, Sammy. No one can deny that. Thank you, Warren. Yeah. No, I mean, this is not. I've had these thoughts as far as like not feeling fully invested, but I've come out the other side of that, and I'm at a much better place than I was. But can't deny the fact that there have been people that there definitely are. I'm sure there are content creators that feel this way, and I can understand that, completely understand that. It's annoying when we favorites stop showing up in my stream. What do you mean? I'm sorry. Keith, could you rephrase that? It's annoying when we favorites stop showing up in my stream. Kevin says, I love your channel. Your channel is top 5 on my YouTube list. I appreciate that, Kevin. But I do want to encourage, there's definitely, there's a lot of channels, definitely a lot of channels out there that really provide top-notch content as well. And, it's tough. Like I said, it's really tough to get the time because, we're working. I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but like I'm working in the field, and lately I've been working almost like 60 hours a week. So maybe that's not a lot to some of you. Maybe that's a lot. I don't know. But when you get home, it's like, damn, I'm just exhausted, and it's tough to really you have to get home at like 7, 8 o'clock, and it's tough to, um, you know, you have to then eat dinner late and find a little window of time before you go to sleep. So, but listen, I mean, we're all, everyone has their own situation, so um, everyone has different likes when it comes to the hobby. That's what makes it great. There's something for everyone. Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, like I said before, there's different dynamics to this hobby, different types of videos that are out there. You can pick whichever one you want. My favorite stops showing up. I have to hunt for their videos. Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. So the algorithm kind of works against the videos. of like you'll watch 5 videos from a particular content creator, and then out of nowhere it just vanishes. And I think that's definitely a big part of it. Is you feel like you're being forgotten, but you're not being forgotten. It's just the fact that the algorithm is really messing up the opportunities. So there's that too. That's another thing you have to kind of just circulate in the back of your head. You're not being abandoned. It's just that the algorithm is continuing to go in a different direction. You're not alone, brother. You are alone, and yeah, no, it's hard to get yourself out of that sometimes. But YouTube doesn't promote channels like ours. They put Jeff Wilson in my stream. Oh man, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. Yeah. Let's see, yeah, YouTube is the worst when it comes to that. It's frustrating. You have to go into your subscribers and start looking, and really, that's what I recommend. So, if there is a solution to this, I would challenge everybody to go into their subscribers. You can click on subscribers, and it will show you all the videos of the people that you subscribe to, and it will do it. I think it does it sequentially in order, and I do that as often as I can to get to see what new videos have been released, and that to me is the way to resolve these sort of concerns. Is as a subscriber of many channels to go in and not wait for the algorithm to reset itself back to finding the content creators that you were once watching. This does happen for sure. I've had to catch up on many channels because of that. It's true. It happens, man. I go straight, yeah, exactly what I just said. I go straight to my subscriptions to scroll for that very reason. I want to watch my people. Dom, thank you. I appreciate that, buddy. That's what we should be doing. I mean, you can't even click on names and chat to subscribe to people. You have to minimize the video and search names. Yeah, that's another thing. I think there should be an option while you're here in the live stream. If you see people in the chat, click on it. Should be clickable. You should be able to click on their names, and it will lead you right to their page. I don't understand why YouTube doesn't take that opportunity. It is such an amazing way to connect people to other channels. Like, don't wait. It sucks. You have to open up a new page and go, or leave the live stream. It's counterintuitive. Sammy and I are too in sync. Hobby hero things, buddy. Sammy, you reach more people than you know. Many silent like me. I appreciate all. Tom from Milford. Yeah, no, I mean, no, I listen. I don't want this to be about my frustrations. At one point, I had them. I don't feel them anymore. I don't feel them because I was able to kind of see through a lot of that stuff and talk to some people, kind of within the community to kind of just to get a lot of that off out of my mind. So I was able to discuss it, and but I just want to. I'm making this and more of an awareness because I know I cannot be the only one that's felt that way. But good to have you, Tom. I'm sorry I'm not going to a lot of the Milford shows, but you are a hobby legend in this community for all of your amazing contributions. Brian says, I've had to click on the channels I follow closely to make sure I'm seeing all their videos. There's also, the other thing is that you can, I don't think this is done enough. And I think all of us probably don't do this. Maybe some of us do. You can share in the chat. But there's a way to be notified about every video that is released. So subscribing is one thing, but then getting a notification on all videos going forward, you can do that. But I understand why maybe not a lot of people do that, because you're going to get constant emails all the time. And that in itself is difficult to navigate. So it's tough. At least YouTube promotes card videos to some extent. Try making a channel based solely on memorabilia. Is it? That's interesting. With memorabilia, I know there are channels out there that focus on memorabilia outside of cards. But yeah, I totally understand. When it comes to memorabilia, that is a challenge. That can be a challenge because people gravitate to cards first, and then memorabilia comes second. I mean, it's tough. That you have to get really creative, I'd imagine. Um, so Diamond Gem says, I just do the best I can with a phone, no stand, and a face for radio and I'm sorry, no stand and a face for radio and a voice for print. But I give myself an A for authentic, just like the great companies. Bravo, sir. Yeah, again, it comes down to authenticity. Orlando, Mangini, Double Barrel, COG when they did content, Midlife, and so many other great creators is the only reason why I watch YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, there's a lot of great content creators out there. Um, the ones you named are obviously the like heavy hitters. COG, I think they're on a long hiatus, from my understanding. But I mean, I don't. It's important that a lot of the, like you mentioned great channels. You mentioned Orlando, you mentioned Mangini, you mentioned Double Barrel, Greg from Midlife. But it's really important that a lot of these other smaller channels do get that they do get the recognition, because it's a grind, man. It's a constant grind, and you're clawing to kind of climb over that hill to feel like you've hit that plateau. And it's tough. It is very, very difficult. And I really encourage uh, collaborations, because I think that's a big aspect of growth is collaborations, and really kind of, if you're a smaller channel, not sitting back and reaching out to you know reaching out to other channels. And it doesn't have to be large channels. It can be other smaller channels too, and creating collaborative content, because I think that goes a long way, especially if you're invested in wanting to grow your channel as well. Collaborations are great. So I've mentioned this in other videos, but I'll say that. Um, let's see. The notification is a blessing and a curse. Absolutely. Mark has the best memorabilia on YouTube and a few subscribers. Well, definitely we definitely want to get Mark on the board, man. Peeps, what's up, buddy? It's so difficult to watch it all. I break it down to a few channels every few days and watch what I can. Certain channels are daily. Yeah, it's again, I get it, personal preference, but I do encourage trying to, again, at the very least, clicking on your subscribers link and seeing all the videos that are available to you, instead of waiting for algorithms to come and provide you content. I love Mark's channel, TSOG. Awesome. It's tough because YouTube is massive, and this community within many communities is small but growing rapidly at the same time. It definitely is growing rapidly, that's for sure. Hello, Doug. Good to have you here, buddy. Sammy, Orlando, and others are so great at advocating for the newbies. You did it for me all those years ago, last year. It's important. I really, to me, it's very important that there's not this gigantic shift of super channels and small channels. There needs to be kind of a progressive growth overall. Otherwise, it's going to be the same channels getting a lion's share of the viewership, and these smaller channels just clawing and grinding it out. It's I think, yeah, but I advocate. I mean, I definitely advocate for smaller channels. I mean, I try to, I bring on, I try to do as many collaborations as I can with a lot of smaller channels, and I encourage it. So, Ryan says, keep in mind too that we do is a niche thing on YouTube, and what kind of audience and age you're going for. I think a lot of us do, Ryan. that's the general demographic. Definitely true. I'm always looking for new channels. Not easy to find. Orlando is probably the best at that. I will give Orlando kudos because I will definitely find a new channel and watch a video, and then I'll see that Orlando's already commented on that channel. So, or on that video that I'm watching. So I always consider Orlando kind of like the liaison because he does a great job at really connecting people. Is there a tag for newer and smaller channels? I know there are shout outs, but I've seen this in other sub communities like BookTube, Bookish Community, among others. When you say a tag, are you talking about like like when you tag videos or something else? Ryan is right. We get the older demographic, that's for sure. Mookie's here. I got to go. Hey, Don. Good to have you here, buddy. Orlando was one of my first commenters. Yeah, Orlando is just life sometimes gets in the way. Orlando is just now. Orlando, you can. I don't know if you agree. I don't know if you'll agree or disagree with me on this, but I would say because I think you are retired, if I'm not mistaken. But I think with retirement gives you a lot of time, which gives you a lot of opportunities to check out a lot more channels. So I think that definitely helps. But tell me if I'm wrong. Happy to be corrected. I thought Orlando was a bot. Oh, well, Warren says Orlando is a beast and retired, so that goes there. So tag is like asking, answering a set of questions, and then challenging others to do the same, sort of like a VR. I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's another idea. I mean, it's been done, I think, before on the hobby. I think it's been done where provide a challenge and be like, hey, starting this challenge, and then you get a lot of response videos. But I feel like people are getting tired of response videos. I don't know. Listen, I've done response videos, and but it seems like some people there are people that are just getting tired of it. All right, so Orlando confirmed he is retired. So, anyway, Dom says he identifies as the older demographic. Multiply your age by 2, and maybe that's true. Older demo like me, not going to give the year I was born, but it was a great year for Brooklyn. Oh man, Petty loves VRs. VRs, listen, man. I mean, VRs are fun. I'm always trying to think of ways to make like giveaways a little bit more of a craft outside of VRs. Orlando is the mayor of Hobbytown. No retirement needed. It's a volunteer job, I guess, right? So, all right. Well, I have to go, guys. I have a phone call coming in, so appreciate you guys sticking around. I'm sorry I have to end it abruptly, but I will catch you soon. Have a great rest of your night. Take care, guys.